Gretchen.
Hi, Ruth.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
Long time no see.
I know, right? Just a few minutes ago. But I did want to welcome you to the second episode of Voices on Video.
Thank you.
I think you'll find that it's fun and exciting to be able to communicate with our members and our constituents using this format.
Absolutely.
I'm finding it a lot more fun and a lot more informative.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so welcome.
Thank you.
But what we're going to be talking about is the conference.
Yes.
I can't tell you how excited I am that we are not only at capacity, but over capacity, and the exciting lineup and all of those things that we have, and the opportunity for us to celebrate 40 years of NCADV. And I don't know what you feel about it, but I'm very, very excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this, I think I told you earlier, but I just realized this morning that this is my 9th conference
amazing.
with NCADV.
Amazing. Totally amazing.
I think I've said every year I'm never doing another, but here I am.
Right.
But I have a lot of memories associated with those conferences, and every single solitary time we've always said this is going to be the best ever, the best ever, and they always surpass the last.
Right.
But I have no memory of ever being in a situation where we actually had to turn away registrants.
I know.
And it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
When we made the plans, I think we thought we would be around the number that the hotel could accommodate, but we are just thrilled beyond belief to know that there are a lot of people interested in this information. So we'll do better next time for sure.
Well, I think that's a good problem to have, and we've certainly talked a lot about having the good problem to have.
Yes.
And I think it is because we have explored and really gone beyond what you and I have talked about, and the entire NCADV team has talked about, is really raising the bar so that we're not just providing general information. We're providing the most emergent issues that possible. And I think it really tells the tale when you look at who our keynote speakers are.
I absolutely
and this is the first time that we really get to talk about them, and it's so exciting. We have Jenny Willoughby, who's going to really address the issues of power and domestic violence. And we haven't talked a lot about that in past conferences, or at least the ones that I've experienced, but really about power structure and how that fits in your normal life. And then, an abuser using that to continue and control you in different ways. So for her to be there and provide that keynote is going to be fascinating.
Absolutely.
And then having Lynn Rosenthal, who has been in this movement for a very long time and instrumental, and doing all of the work that she's done, and not just with advocates and organizations, but also with the White House. And then having her reframe where we are right now and talk about what it means for us to do this work in this climate, how some things have changed and some haven't, but then also to talk about how NCADV is truly the home for advocates. And then most exciting, which you and I can barely contain ourselves about, is what I call the future of all of our work and social justice and removing firearms, is Naomi Wadler, an 11-year-old that's a powerhouse.
She is an absolute powerhouse.
Her new initiative is domestic violence, and so she's going to talk about what it means to be a young person moving in this sphere of making change and impacting change and being a catalyst for change in firearms and domestic violence. So what a lineup just in our keynote speakers.
Absolutely.
So exciting.
Right, and that's the tip of the iceberg. Just every single offering of this conference is going to be stimulating. It's really going to engage attendees in deep conversation and thought around how to move the dial around the work that they do in their own communities. So it's very needed. We were really thoughtful about choosing the sessions this year, and we honed in on the types of sessions that talk more about the how to respond to a particular issue, not to negate the valid importance of what the issues are about, but this takes the conversation deeper, and we're hoping that attendees will walk away with some tangible tools that they can implement within their own work. And that's exciting. I think every single session we're offering is amazing. In addition to these incredible keynotes, and I think we're probably over 46 workshops.
Amazing.
4 plenary sessions, right? Holy cow. Because it's who we are, we've also added intensive sessions, pre-conference intensive sessions. So these sessions will be held on September 23rd before the actual start of the conference. So between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., there will be 4 sessions, and I'll run through those real quick. There's access to justice for all victims, language access, and meaningful collaborations. That's being conducted by Leo Martinez, Rosie Hidalgo, both from Casa de Esperanza.
Awesome.
Incredible. And then also Becky Misaki from the Asian Pacific Institute on Gender-Based Violence. And it's not too late if you've registered for the conference and you would like to change your registration to attend one of these intensives. You can certainly do so. If you need help doing that, please reach out to us at conference@ncadv.org to make that change. The 3 additional others are We Are Survivors, Finding and Using Our Voices for Lasting Change. That's going to be conducted by Doreen Nicholas, one of our friends from the Arizona Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Who just did such an amazing job in 2016.
Absolutely.
And those that were in attendance of a similar session came to us and shared their experience on stage, and it really moved everyone. The two last ones, Onwards, Understanding Inclusion, Navigating Accountability, Practicing Non-Punitive Conflict Resolution, and Building Transformative Leadership. That's by Monica Janes and Tanvi Kushal Seth, both with conflict liberation locally in Rhode Island. And then another one about engaging men, Lee Clasper Torch with the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence is going to be presenting Challenging Privilege, Empowering Change, Engaging Men in the Movement to End Violence Against Women and Girls. So it's going to be a hard choice for those of you who wish to attend Sunday. We also will be opening up a select number of seats for people, local people in the public.
Right.
So not only will current registrants have the opportunity to attend an intensive, but we do have a little bit of space on that one day only, and we are encouraging people to come. So it's going to be an amazing experience.
I would agree. And I think what struck me when you were talking is that we never lose our goal and our real mission, because this conference is by far and most importantly victim-centered. That's why we allow the space for storytelling, and we allow the space for survivors to convene and talk about the issues that they impact. Most of our workshops and speakers are survivors. They recognize themselves as survivors. And I think that's what makes this conference really, really good. But then there's also the dancing. For those of you that know me, and particularly Gretchen, you know how I feel about dancing, so there will be dancing. But on a serious note, I know that I'm excited about the gala on Monday night. The RSVPs that we've received shows that everyone else is exciting, and I'm sure it's because they've seen me dance, but that's beside the point. We will be presenting the awards that we do every conference and every event for Lifetime Achievement, Survivor Advocate, media and policy. And so we're really excited, and we'll make those secret for a while, but we've already chosen the 4 recipients. There'll be hors d'oeuvres. As you and I know, and those that have worked so closely on this conference, we're not going to do a whole lot of talking, but I do think it's an important time for people to have some talking and dancing and really mingling and networking, enjoying light refreshments, and possibly even goodie bags, and really celebrating our 40 years. So gala with a little tiny bit of bling and a lot of dancing is where I'm at with
this. It's going to be so much fun. I feel lucky to be here at the table at this point in time. Not only because I'm looking forward to the celebration and the conference itself, but we've had a number of staff people here who have finally been able to dig through some of our archives, and the information that they've pulled out honoring the 40 years of work of this movement is just absolutely amazing. So we'll be showcasing some of that. We're building in fun ways. believe
I
it or not.
am amazed at what we've been able to find.
Yeah, it's
been
incredible.
amazing, yeah.
So it's going to be there's so much celebration involved. And one additional thing that excites me about this conference is, and having been here so long, is to reflect upon the trends and changes and the actual movement itself. It feels like each decade had its own tenor and focus, and each decade built upon the last. And as someone who's been working in this field for 20 plus years, I feel honored to be here at the table and benefit from the hard work of those who came before us, really paving the way for us to be at a position where we can take a minute, reflect on what all of our accomplishments, but then be thoughtful about how we move forward and the needs that still need to be addressed around this issue. So it's going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
We'll be working, but we will be popping into sessions.
Yes, absolutely. So, I think it's time for us to remember to welcome people to the conference in this part, but also, of course, at the conference. So, welcome to the conference. We look so forward to seeing you. We're very, very excited about the lineup, about meeting you. And if there is anything that you need from us, you can reach us at conference@ncadv.org. This is Voices on Video saying goodbye, and we'll see you there.
Yes.